Welcome back to another great episode of the Better Than Sex Sports Podcast. Of course, you know I am the man on the street.
This is Pharaoh King.
Tim Dog, who's still in Be More Careful.
Yeah, and as you can see, we missed a couple of brothers, but hopefully they'll be able to jump on a little bit later. But if not, we're gonna keep the show rolling. But y'all always know how we always start our podcast off. We always got to ask the brother how their day went. So Tim Dog, how's your day, my brother?
Tales from the hood. I tell you what, today was a beautiful day. I spent it with my youngest sister, and we hung out today. She took me to one of those places where you can.
Damn, she got to be 80.
No, actually, she's only 2 years older than my son.
Oh God, damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Then.
Yeah. I have a sister that's 2 years older than my son.
How old is your son?
26.
How old is your son?
28.
Okay, keep my bad for interrupting. Keep going with the story, my brother. I'm sorry.
No, but ever since we've connected years and years ago after our dad passed and everything, whenever I come to Baltimore, when I can, I try to go and see her. Now she has a little girl who's 2 years old, and she's becoming a mother herself, and it was really nice for us hanging out. But my question is, we went to a place where it's a Korean restaurant where you make the soups and you get the broth and you can add the meat and all of that.
Yeah, hot pot, man. Hot pot.
Hot pot. There you go.
Yeah.
No,
hot pot.
K-pop was here.
K-pot, hot pot, same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah. Oh man. I got the Szechuan spice. Open up your nose and everything, but that shit was good. You can add whatever.
Open up everything. You right about that?
Yeah, it didn't open up your fingers though.
No.
What?
It didn't open up your hands. Open up everything except for your goddamn hand.
Yeah, she was using chopsticks and I had a spoon.
I got you.
She had chopsticks. I had a spoon. So
yeah.
But anyway,
was it all you could eat?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was all you could eat, and then we went and got some dessert and got her some crabs, and she was just happy, and it was happy for me to do it for her because it's been a long time since I've seen her. We talk, but something like this, it's really nice.
Yeah, it's nothing like. Yeah, I agree with you. Ain't nothing like getting my family. Like I said, my family came down. My cousin, they came down from Colorado. His wife, my mother had a birthday party, and we went down there and just to hang out with my cousin. Just like you just said, we don't see each other all the time, but you get to see each other and reminiscing, and it's always a good time when you with family that you love, and they love you, and no drama, no nothing, just hanging out and just having a good time. But I hear you, goddamn Tim Dog. I hear you with that. Pharaoh, how was your day, my brother?
Man, it was good. Other than being sleepy, because last night I went to bed a little late, only because.
What, 9 o'clock?
Midnight, man. I went to bed at midnight. Shit, I took a nap before this. What are you talking about? Shoot.
He woke up at 6 and went to bed at 8.
Shit, boy. But I found out that Bose, the company, does trade-in for their speakers. So I didn't know that. So I was looking because my Bose speaker went out. The home theater speaker went out for the past year and a half. Has been giving me problems. Long story short, they gave me $700 rebate on the new system.
Okay.
Oh yeah, man. I'm packing that joker up last night. I realized it's midnight. Man, they might have sleep, man.
Yeah, so, I got you, man. Hey,
I was excited, man. I was like, got me a new one coming in the mail,
Well, so we should be expecting Jennifer with another baby. Whenever you get excited, a baby pops out.
I'm gonna tell you that if she has a baby, she's packing her bags. That's all I'm telling you. She out the door, son. These highways are closed. Channels are closed.
For one thing, I can't do that no more. So if I can't, she can't. And if she does, I'm gone.
I got you. Hey, I understand that, man. But I didn't know that about Bose. I know Bose does do some type of trading, but I didn't know that they would take really old speakers, not old speakers. But hey, that's a good company though.
Yeah, what happened was they asked you the serial number of the speaker, and when I gave them the serial number, they're like, "Oh yeah, that qualifies." So like I said, it was like $1,700 for the new setup, and I ended up buying it for like $1,160.
Okay,
but it don't work for earbuds.
But that's what I'm talking about. I wanted to do it for headphones. I'm about to look.
Everything.
Okay.
It's a trade-in for Bose, period.
Okay, all right.
But like you say, you give them the serial number and they'll let you know.
But one thing about Bose speakers, man, because I got Bose as well, man, they are high quality. I don't give a damn how old it is. As long as they work, you still getting a high quality speaker.
Trash.
Well,
man, whatever, man. Listen, this joker here. Hey, this joker here is a smart bar. So I don't care. I'm not
talking shit.
So no JBL and none of that.
Yeah,
JBL is trash.
Yeah, but
now I have clinches.
Man, hey,
that's what
I got you. Mad Professor, since you come on being mad, how was your day, my brother?
Oh no,
my day was not my shine.
I'm sorry, but Bo, you know what they say when y'all know y'all may not know this, but I used to sell audio and video equipment, including Bose. And one of the things we always say is if it has no highs nor lows, must be Bose. So, Bose is absolute trash as a company. That most of their research and development actually goes to marketing. Anyway, I was off today, so I was well.
Motherfucker, you just started working 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and niggas get off already. People in leadership get off days. I'm not a grunt. Sorry.
I got you, man. Well, as me, man, my day went well, man. Like I said in the text, man, I really haven't been watching sports because there was nothing happening that excited me. So we got some topics that the group sent, and hopefully y'all be entertained. I know I'll be entertained. You know what I'm saying? And Pharaoh, I'm with you. I like Bose, so hey, they're gonna get my money. All right. But ladies and gentlemen, we got a good show for y'all tonight. It went down in the NBA right after the NBA finals. The NBA conference finals. The New York Knicks fired their head coach, but now they have found them a replacement. I got to make sure I find it. There it is. They done changed the setup on the damn board again. Now I got to figure shit out again. They done fired their coach, but they hired a new one. But didn't he lose his damn job too last year? I think 30 games into the season.
After our breaking news in the NBA, Shams Charania reporting that Mike Brown will be the next head coach of the Knicks. He replaces Tom Thibodeau, who was fired after taking New York to the conference finals. The Knicks' request to talk to Jason Kidd, Ime Udoka, and others were turned down, and then Brown emerged as the top candidate. Our NBA reporter Brian Windhorst is with us right now. And Wendy, what more can you tell us about how the Knicks came to this decision with Mike Brown?
Well, it was quite a process. I don't know if you heard of Mina, but they took their time. But he sort of emerged from their process. He had multiple visits to New York. He met with their entire front office, that came back and met with owner James Dolan before this decision was reached. And here's what you have to understand about Mike Brown. He has one of the most varied resumes of anybody in the profession. He has coached under Greg Popovich. He has coached under Rick Carlisle. He has coached under Steve Kerr. He was the head coach for LeBron James. He was the head coach for Kobe Bryant. There have been times in his career where he's coached the #1 defense in the league. When he won Coach of the Year for the second time 2 years ago with the Kings, he coached the #1 offense in the league. So he has a very long career. He has seen many different things. He's had many different challenges. He's had many successes, and he's had a few failures. He's been fired a number of times, but he is going to be taking over a team that is very accomplished.
It's a team that's very accomplished, getting rid of a coach that they had that took them to the finals, that Pharaoh. So what do you think about the Knicks getting Mike Brown to be the head coach?
Well, I like Mike Brown because he's a military brat like myself. So,
spoiled.
Yeah, his dad was an Air Force guy. My dad's an Air Force guy. So I'm cool with Mike Brown. Hey, like I said, he has a very good resume. Some hits and misses. There could be worse candidates out there, but I still wish Sam Cassell could have got an opportunity. I don't know why this guy is not getting an opportunity.
Okay, so I got you with Sam Cassell, but let me ask you this. So you think that with his style of coaching, you think that's going to be a good fit for the Knicks, Pharaoh?
I would say it'd be okay. They need a big guy. They need somebody in the middle. Let's just be honest. I don't care what type of coaching that you're going to give somebody. They don't have a lot of the pieces that they need to make it over the hump. And I believe now with the firing of Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah, Tom Thibodeau gone. Yeah, getting rid of Tom Thibodeau.
I believe this is going to be an off season for them because they're going to be trying to learn a new system that might work or might not work. It's like anything else, they had a system in place. They just needed pieces for that system. But now you don't have either one of them, so I don't think they're gonna do too well this year.
Okay, then, and Matt Professor, Pharaoh, he brought up Tom Thibodeau, even Mike Brown in his when he in his speech, he said that Mike Brown built a winning team and he just wanted to build on top of that. But Mike Brown, as they say, he's a defensive minded coach, so they basically got the same style of coach, if you ask me. But do you think Mike Brown gonna be a good fit for the New York Knicks?
No. Only because Brown is kind of like a Popovich type coach, where the less attention he gets, the better. And New York ain't the place to go if you don't want attention. So I honestly that's why I'm saying I don't think he's a good fit, because he's more of a small town coach. Like in when he was in Cleveland, he could get away with not doing press conferences and a lot of the shit that he did. And in New York,
and Sacramento,
right?
In Washington,
so, and you're not gonna, and Washington, yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. He's not going to be able to get away with not addressing the media, because the media in New York is more relentless than just about any other basketball town in the country. So, I mean, once they start failing, he's going to come under some serious scrutiny that he may not be able to deal with. I think Cassell might have been a better pick, because Cassell has coached in large markets before, or has been an assistant in large markets before. So he kind of knows the ins and out and how to work the media. Because didn't Cassell play in a large market? So
Houston.
So he'd be able to deal with it. Like I said, I don't think Mike Brown's offensive coaching is going to work with the players that he has now. They're going to have to give him a complete revamp of the entire on-court staff, because Brunson's not going to work in his system. He's just not. I mean, he's a runner.
They don't have the pieces. You're right.
And that's I'm agree with Pharaoh. They don't have the pieces that they need, because. And especially with the way the NBA is now, I know I'm rambling, but especially with the way the NBA is now, with the big men taking threes, that's not Mike Brown's system. Mike Brown's system is based on old school coaching, where the big man stays in the post. New York doesn't have that right now.
Yeah. And Tim Dow, your thoughts? Do you think Mike Brown be a good fit for the New York Knicks?
The only way Mike Brown gonna be a good fit is if, like Matt Professor said, they revamp their whole offensive, offensive coach, all the coaches and their offensive scheme. Because, I mean, once again, he has the great pedigree of all those coaches, but look at the style of all those coaches other than Steve Kerr. I mean, they're all pretty much the same, old school fundamentals and, outside in sort of like game. But, I mean, who knows, with different coaches on the team, different atmosphere, and with a different caliber of players, maybe he could do something. I mean, you just never know. And the season hadn't even started yet. So.
Yeah, but Tim Dow, you brought up a good point that I want everybody to answer this. You brought up the point, and I think everybody else said it as well. You brought up the point that he coached under Steve Kerr. He coached under Popovich, but he doesn't have the talent that those teams had when he was coaching under those guys. Even when he had LeBron James on, we had a aging Kobe Bryant. They didn't have the talent to get over the hump. So you coach under them, and you yourself as a head coach, you turn around the Sacramento Kings. You got them better, but then the next year you kind of falter. So, but like the Matt Professor said, you going to the New York Knicks, that press and that media, the fans not going to let him make those type of mistakes. So that's why I'm saying, you say those head coaches, but he doesn't have that talent to agree with what Pharaoh said. Your thoughts again?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he doesn't have that talent. All the more reason why I say he has to, revamp the offense according to what he has, because he can do it. When he was with Cleveland, all he had was LeBron. Although he built everything around LeBron, it was still an easy fundamental game. Fast break, LeBron do whatever the hell he wanted. Isolation, he do it on. But when they had set plays and everything, they ran it and it was good. So to me, all it takes is for a couple of players to get on board and try to work with the system and make it work. That's all that matters. Because if they're not into it, he's not going to be successful.
I got you. But Pharaoh King, hey, do you think that the Knicks fans and the media gonna go for a subpar season? We got within, what was it, 4-2 that they lost? Or did they go 7? I can't remember. Did they go 7 games?
No,
okay. They went 7. Okay. They got within 1 game of going to the NBA championship game. So do you think that the media and the fans, even though they got a new head coach, that they're gonna let Mike Brown have a surpass season where they get bounced, or better yet, don't even make the playoffs? Your thoughts?
I would say, as if I was a fan of the Knicks, which would never happen, they can't hope for another season like last year because you don't have the same, camaraderie. So I don't know how they would go into the season thinking that they're going to be okay with, especially playing the most minutes of all the NBA players. I think the Knicks had to, play the most games, and the most minutes with the starters. They can't do that again this season. Expect to come out on top. So they got to find a way to manage the team better.
And you said that, and you heard what he just said there, Matt Professor. But it's the same style of team that he coming back with. So if Thibodeau was using, I guess, 5 or 6 players, what does Mike Brown bring to the table? And you already say that he doesn't have the talent to do what he wants to do. So what does he bring to stretch that bench from 6 to, I believe it's 10 on the team, 10 or 12 to 12 15. Players, 15. I mean, actually playing. Yeah. But they usually don't play about 9 of them. But what I'm saying, to be able to stretch it from those 5 players playing all those minutes to 15 players, making sure that their players not tired coming to, if they do make the playoff or that playoff run.
Well, Brown has been known to use every part of his bench. So, that's not going to be a big deal where Thibodeau rather has always used 5-6 players only and exclusively. I mean, it's what got him in trouble in Minnesota is running his players ragged, even though we say ragged now when, players back in the 70s, shit, you was a starter, you probably played at least 38 minutes a game.
You talking about Thibodeau, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, players back in the 70s, they would play. Yeah. Starters would play 38 minutes per game, basically. Maybe a little bit more
afterwards.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, they whine that he run his players into the ground. Mike Brown is known to rotate players and sub players in and out the game almost at will. I mean, every time there's a stoppage in play, Mike Brown is changing the lineup. So, the players are going to have more they're going to have more fun with that. Not more fun, but more.
Because he's a player coach. You're saying he's a player coach.
That's what I'm trying to get at. He's a player's coach. So he's not going to run his players ragged to the point where when it's game 7 late in the playoff run, his players don't have legs anymore like Thibodeau did. I honestly never had a problem with players being running the ground. You Negroes making more money than players have ever made, even for bench warmers. So shut the hell up and play ball. But Mike Brown is not that. Thank you. Mike Brown, not that dude. You have a complaint, he's gonna take it to heart. As much as he can. Honestly, I don't know if he's gonna work in New York. I think Cassell, like somebody like Pharaoh said earlier, might have worked better. I don't see. He's gonna make the players are gonna be more engaged. They're just not gonna have the success.
Yeah, and that's why I'm about to ask you, Matt Professor. But not they gonna be engaged. But do you think that Dolan, who is not one of the best owners in the league, and that fan base, are they gonna be able to take a step back? Because as we know, the Knicks haven't won anything, I think, since 1973. I think that's the last time they won the NBA championship. Yeah. And then, of course, they haven't been winning games up until the last 2 seasons. So they don't want to make that step back. So do you think that the fans and Nick and Dolan gonna let him make those mistakes to make the team better, in your opinion, man, Professor?
No, and honestly, that's part of my issue with this hire is this was an unserious, no risk hire for the Dolan family and for the Knicks, because if he fails, they can easily say, okay, he wasn't the coach for our system that we want to play on for the players that we have. If he succeeds, they'll say, okay, see, he's the better coach than what we thought he was. He's a better coach than Thibodeau, no matter how far he succeeds. I don't think in being in New York, he's gonna get the time that he's gonna need. It's just like our coach here in New Orleans. He's been here 6 years now, and they made the playoffs once, where they almost beat Phoenix and lost in game 7, I think it was. And he's still not on the chopping block, which he should be, because there have been things out of his control. But you're the head coach, so nothing should be out of your control, especially players. In New York, Brown's not going to have that option to fail for 6 years. He's just not. I think after 3 years, he's done. If they haven't made it,
get to 3 years,
right? If they haven't made it past the second round, he's done.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is he's going to have a what's called a Sacramento Kings season,
right?
3 seasons.
But that's what I'm saying. But he brought Sacramento back from mediocrity to be one of the powerhouse in the West. And Tim Dawes, I want you to tag along on what the Matt Professor said. And what I'm saying is, Matt Professor, you brought up a great point. New Orleans is considered a small market team.
No, it ain't considered. It is.
No, but I'm just saying, they consider a small market team, and that's why I say that he could be there for 6 years. You could have a mediocrity. You get the players through the draft to hopefully become a better team like they did in Oklahoma City. But that's what I'm saying to you, Tim Dawes. I understand that you're saying that, Mike Brown may bring a different style of play to get the players involved. But do you think that Dolan and the fans and the media are going to give him that chance, Tim Dawes?
Well, Mike Brown has experience when he went to the Lakers, another large market team, with a lot of, stuff going on with them and haven't made the playoff. So I would think he would know how to handle it a lot better. But New York is different to itself.
New York is a different beast. Yeah.
I mean,
woo! Oh no, you need to keep some water next to him, because you know how his voice is raspy. You're gonna get dry talking a lot.
Yeah, but Joseph, 4 years, $40 million contract is being paid to him at the house. Unfortunately, after 2, maybe 3 years, he won't finish out his contract in the ship.
Yeah, but he still gets some money.
Yeah, he may get the money there, Pharaoh, but every coach
get another chance to coach again.
And that's what I'm saying. And I'm glad you say that, Matt Professor. Yeah. Every coach want to win that NBA championship. To be close and not win it, they don't talk about the Western Conference Finals ring. They don't talk about the Eastern Conference Final ring. They always talk about the NBA championship ring. So, but he never won that. He won it as an assistant coach. But do you think that they're going to give him the chance to be able to say that, hey, I took the Knicks to win their first championship in 40 years? God dang, no, damn near 50 years. 50 years. Do you think that the media and Dolan will give him that chance?
It's gonna be 51 years they ain't been. That's all that is. Shit, they ain't gonna win nothing. They gonna win the right to stay home and watch the game like everybody else.
Yeah, right with the Philadelphia 76ers. Same damn division.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Get out the goddamn
Hey, listen, man. I don't wish the brother any ill.
No, we all wishing his brother to succeed.
I want him to win. Yeah. I want him to win. But let's be honest. Let's see the reality in the situation is what everybody been saying.
Yeah.
The owners have screwed up the Knicks' future. It has nothing to do with Mike Brown. It has nothing to do with the players. It has nothing to do with anything else but the owners and the GM. And they screwed it up. They didn't put the pieces around Tom Thibodeau for him to get maybe 7 players on in rotation instead of the 6 that he had. I believe that New York Knicks is their own worst enemy, and as long as they still have those people, the Knicks are not going to see a championship. This is the closest they're going to get was last season.
They going to see it on TV.
A quick round robin. and I want to ask this question you first, Matt Professor. I want everybody to answer this. Do you think that do you think that Thibodeau deserved another season after the season that the Knicks had last year?
Yes.
In your opinion?
Yeah.
Yes, without question.
All right then. What you say there, Tim Dow?
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, he was turning the team around. And just because the owner, can do whatever the hell he want with his team, that's what he did.
Okay.
I mean, Thibodeau, he was right there with the Knicks going to the finals. I would have said next year if they would have kept him. I really think that.
I got you. Farrell, your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. He didn't do anything to get fired, as far as I'm concerned. You got them where they haven't been in 50 years. So why wouldn't I take a chance on them the next season too?
Roll the goddamn dice.
Yeah.
Shit,
right now, you rolling the dice now with somebody new. At least roll the dice with somebody you have.
Yeah, Joe just brought up what I talked about a minute ago. Minnesota, the Timberwolves complained, including Jimmy Butler. It wasn't just Cat; it was Jimmy Butler as well, complaining that he was running them into the ground.
Yeah. And fuck Jimmy Butler too.
But they all got hundreds, thousands, and millions of dollars.
That's my problem
and
with
shoe deals to get to. If they would spend more time instead of making commercials, maybe they wouldn't get ran to the ground.
Yeah. Hey, man. Like I said, we can move along here, man. These not my topics. These are Charlotte's topics. His ass not here. So, fellas, I already know. I already know what the Mad Professor is going to say. Do I really care? I already know because this is the topic right here. Well, I don't know. He liked tennis, but I don't have a video. But Mad Professor, what surprises are you seeing at this year's Wimbledon?
That on the ladies' side, 5 of the top 6 are out.
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't see that coming. Matt Professor. Tell the truth, I didn't see that coming.
No, if you put money on that shit, if you said you put money on it, you're lying. In fact, I think 5 of the top 6 women and 3 of the top 6 men are out already.
Yeah, it's wild, isn't it?
Yeah, that, like I said, I don't know what's going on. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I've not watched 1 minute of the tournament this year. I've been working and a whole bunch of other stuff. But I really haven't paid attention to Wimbledon as much as I normally do. But yeah, the fact that the top seeds are the ones going down, and then they've gone down to seedless players, is the part of it that's killing me.
Yeah, and Farrell, I think what Matt Professor say with the top people going down, but that's what makes tennis, I think, exciting because it's you against somebody else. You can't depend on the referees. You can't depend on the ball boy. You don't have nobody else unless you're playing double. You don't have nobody else. It's just you. So doesn't that make it more exciting to see that the top players are losing, or is that a takeaway for you to watch any type of sports, or better yet, even Wimbledon, seeing the top players getting bounced by these, like Matt Professor said, seedless. What's the word? Seedless?
Unseeded.
Unseeded players. Thank you.
Seedless, but it's
seedless, man. Ain't nobody growing. Ain't no watermelon.
Oh, listen to Mad Professor.
The word escaped me for that moment. Okay, goddamn. Even I'm allowed to not know a word.
Yeah. So, Farrell, your thoughts on these unseeded players knocking off the top players? Does that make it a better tournament, or you want to see the top players progress?
You want to see both. You want to see the top players perform because that's what's bringing in the tickets. But people are excited because they got new people, new blood out there,
new names to learn.
Yeah, new name. So it's like what's her name?
Anna Samova.
What's the name? The most famous women's
Martina Navratilova.
Well, her
Steffi Graf. Chris Levitt.
Leave me, and Serena
Lloyd.
Serena Williams. Oh, yeah, Chris Lloyd. Yeah,
calm down. I've been drinking.
Yeah.
Hey,
listen, Serena. Okay.
When she said that she would lose to a 100th ranked man, that shows how much talent is really out there. So yeah. And plus, I think the heat is killing a lot of jokers.
Yeah, I think when she said that. I think when Serena talked about she probably lose to the 100s men or the 500s men, she said that their sport is totally different. It's 2 different sports because they hit harder, and then she doesn't have the speed. But I agree with you on that. Yeah, I agree with you on that, man.
People are coming up. People want to win. These unseeded players want to get seeded. They want to get their endorsements. They're hungry. And a lot of times with us people that are already established, sometimes you just, you take somebody lightly, but them jokers got something to prove. You know what I'm saying? So going in there, being a lackadaisy, they always said, that's what's hurting them. They're not prepared against these new young bucks coming up.
Yeah, and y'all know my favorite who I like to pick at besides the 76ers. It's the Dallas Cowboys. See, these number one or these top players, they like the Cowboys. They think they're gonna win just because of their name. Then they get out there and lay a goddamn egg just like in the playoffs. And ain't been to the damn Super Bowl since 1990. Whoever gives a goddamn. But just think you got a damn.
We going to the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl every goddamn year. Every goddamn year. But
that's right. Alex said that.
Yeah, but my thing that I agree with the math professor, and I want you to answer, Tim Dog, is that tennis is one of those sports that you can't take a day off. And just like you say last week, math professor, you say that it's different playing on clay one week and then switching to grass, especially if you haven't played a tournament on grass to get there. So Tim Dog, are you shocked that so many to ride with the math professor just said top players on the women's side and on the men's side have fell? Or do you see it as a good thing that these unseeded players are moving on in the tournament?
I mean, I see it as both. I'm surprised that the top players went down. I mean, who would expect the top 3 men and the top 6 in women? But that just shows, like everyone's saying, the competitiveness and the hunger in this sport. And it's a good thing because now people who are expecting to see, all the Cocos
Tim,
and everyone.
Tim, I didn't mean to cut you off. See, this is the shit right there I'm talking about. See?
What?
They so delusional. See what I'm saying? They so delusional. It never is, man. It never is.
Hey,
but go ahead, Tim Dog. Yeah, Tim Dog, I didn't mean to cut you off, my brother. Keep what you're saying, man.
Before I was rudely disrupted by Alex paper chasing with his dreams. It's good for the sport now that people get to know new faces, especially young and upcoming. Because just like with Serena and Venus, when they were coming up, people didn't know who they were until they started whooping some ass. So in order to get your name up there, you got to beat your ass and get lucky. But the thing is, don't get over cocky or overconfident. Keep doing the same things that got you there, the strategies, the placements, and all of that. Don't think just because you beat this person that all of a sudden I'm going to win the championship. No, you got to continue on. Don't get complacent.
And I'm coming back to you, Matt Professor, because I know you say that you play tennis. I don't know if any of I think that's one of the hardest sports to play, if you ask me. I'm just saying, for me, I think it's one of the hardest sports to play because you can't blame nobody else if you off your game. Right. You can't say it's the shoes. You can't say it's your rack. Well, some people say it's the racket or the shoes, but it's up to you to go out there. Just like golf. Golf, you're not playing the other player. You playing the course. In tennis, you playing the other players, but you got to bring your A game. So, is that the reason why so many top players falling because they didn't bring their A game? In your opinion?
Well, honestly, not watching the tournament, I can't really answer to that honestly. And based on what I've read, a lot of players were just completely unprepared because, like I said, it was a quicker than normal turnaround between the French and Wimbledon this year. So I think
is it usually a week? Is it usually a week?
It's usually close to 3 weeks to a month. But this year, for some reason, with the scheduling, it was almost immediate. A quick 2 week turnaround is not enough for you to adjust your game back to grass court. That's why the majors are normally spread apart like they are. Like we're not going to see the U.S. Open until I think it's the end of September. Or maybe even close to October. If I remember right.
October. Oh, so they moved that far back?
Like I say, I think that's what it is. I know it normally starts in September.
August.
Yeah, because they're trying to escape some of that heat in New York, because New York can be unbearably hot, especially in August.
Yeah.
That's what I tried to tell my wife. She don't believe that it get 100 degrees here in Baltimore.
Oh no,
it's funny. Concrete, man.
Concrete, yeah.
in terms of weather, it's funny. New Orleans had a colder winter this year than Chicago did, but Chicago's having a hotter summer at this point.
Hey, fellas, the U.S. Open is in August 19th to September 7th.
Okay, so it is going to be. I knew it was sometime August, September. I wasn't sure when, but see, that's still a month space because Wimbledon ends this weekend.
Yeah,
the finals in Wimbledon will be this weekend, so they'll have time to adjust their game from grass to hard to the hard courts that they play in New York. So they'll be doing Indian Wells and tournaments like that to prepare themselves. Like I said last week when we talked about Corey losing, there are no big grass court tournaments between Wimbledon and the French Open this year. So players couldn't get used to the games because if you notice, the players who are winning, and the unseeded players that won, they didn't play in the French Open. Or if they did, they were out in the first round. So they could get onto the grass courts.
Yeah. Farrah, let me ask you this. As you talk about the unseeded players, when you beat a seeded player, just like in high school when you play sports and y'all team wasn't supposed to beat the better team. How does that make, in your opinion, how does that make that person feel? Because now
you're unstoppable, man.
But that's what I'm saying, because now people are actually saying your name instead of saying the person that they thought was going to win.
That's right. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to take that the name out, the championship or the you call it the momentum or whatever the shift is. You're supposed to take that moment. Every game, at every serve, every move, whatever you make, that's your moment to shine. And you're getting paid to get out there. You want that money. And like I said, failure makes you better. You can't learn unless you fail. So these, like you said, these guys say they did play the French Open and they got kicked out early. Man, they don't like that losing. Man, I gotta up my game. Go now. You can actually go back and look at some replays and see what serve didn't work. Work on your serve, work on your backhand, whatever the case is, to get to that next level. Yeah. So, seize the moment.
Seize the moment. Tim Dog, you think, coming with the U.S. Open, I think that's faster than playing on grass and I think playing on clay. Do you think that we're going to see this same type of turnaround where these unseeded players be knocking these top players off left and right, in your opinion?
Not only no, but hell no. This is the last tournament of the season 2. And Coco Gauff, trust me, she ready because she ain't playing.
I think
I'm keeping it real, because all those players out there right now, they have the stamina, they have the the energy to do what they need to do. What they need to do is not lose it when it comes to another tournament, or another a round of playing. Like they beating all these players in this round. You come the next round, all of a sudden you like, still on your high horse. You're thinking about that, and then you get your ass whooped. You got to be compartmentalized between the win and the next game, because it's not going to be the same.
And Matt Professor, I know it's hypothetical. We can't see into the future, but do you see this many high-powered, top-ranked players losing to unseeded players when it comes to the U.S. Open?
No, the U.S. Open is not the place for Cinderella.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. Well, right now Wimbledon has a unseeded player playing the number 8 seed in the semifinals. I mean, come on.
Yeah. We didn't see that.
Come on, man.
We didn't see that in a while. Hey,
right. Goodness. The men are closer. They're closer than the women, but the women, they're all over the place. One playing the 13 and the unseed playing the 8.
I got you. Hey, before we talk about, because our next topic is the WNBA All-Star game, but I want to talk about Angel Reese and her double streak that she has going on. And I don't have a video, but I think she's up to 5 or 6 now, and she's putting in a total package in a game. Matt Professor, I'm coming to you. That's LSU for you. She's playing when people say that she couldn't even play like. Let me make sure I get this right. Some people were saying that she played like she played in junior varsity, but she's putting together a game that I think she's the fastest to 500 rebounds or whatever in league history. And that's in 2 seasons. So why is she still getting this hate from everybody? But she's showing them that she really could play. In your thoughts?
Because it started in college. Like I think we've all said, she beat the great white hype, and the one thing you can't do to white people is beat their favorite. So, and I hate to make it racial, but it just is. I mean, she wasn't drafted number 1. I don't think she was number.
She went 10. I think she went 10.
Yeah, 7.
I want to say 10. 7. You're right, 7.
And that's what I'm saying. She wasn't even a top 5 pick. So the fact that she gets the hate of a flop at number 1, you'd think that people would respect the game. The problem, excuse me, again, like I said, and I'm gonna keep saying it, she beat the Golden Girl twice.
Yeah.
So I mean, up until they got to the pros.
Yeah.
Because she beat Caitlin Clark when she played for Virginia. She beat her for the title when she came here to LSU. And the one thing that fans don't like is when you beat their girl, and she has the hardware. So
yeah.
And that's the killing thing about it is she gets hate because she is like she's like Terrell Owens. Terrell Owens knew he was good, and he told you he was good.
He was good, yeah.
So
I love me some meat.
Exactly. You couldn't make him say. You could make him say he had a bad game, but you couldn't make him say he wasn't great at what he was doing. And she's like that. And I think a lot of players are getting tired of having to be humble about their skills when not everybody else has to.
Yeah. Farrell, I want you to answer the same thing, there, Farrell. I want you to answer the same thing. But that reminds me of, I think he was interviewing Muhammad Ali, and when Muhammad Ali lost to Joe Frazier, and he said that he was in the locker room, and he said he remember he woke up, and at this time this is one of the biggest singers out there was crying at his feet. It was Diana Ross, and it goes back to what you just said, Math Professor. People hated on Joe Frazier because he beat Muhammad Ali. He wasn't supposed to beat Muhammad Ali, but he beat Muhammad Ali. No, he ain't whooped his ass. He knocked him down. He knocked him in that last round and broke his jaw.
Almost retired.
But what I'm saying is, what Matt Professor, what you're saying is that you beat the person that you're not supposed to beat. And I know that doesn't have anything to do with basketball, but Joe Frazier had to live with that stigma because he beat Muhammad Ali when he wasn't supposed to beat him. But back to the Angel Reese there, Pharaoh. Why is she getting so much hate where she's showing people that, hey, it's not me bounds anymore, even though she copyrighted that smart move? See, that's a smart person right there. She copyrighted that, so she get paid off of that now.
Right.
Why is she still getting this hate when she's showing people that, hey, I got more than just rebounds. I do got handle. I do got game. I do got assists, but y'all still giving me this type of hate.
It's the media, man. It's the media. It's always the media. The media wants to play that role of she's not as good. So it is what it. Put it to you like this: those women that's in the WNBA are better than most men that's making these comments.
Exactly.
So
I agree with you on that.
Good, you would be out there playing whoever and whatever. Because I'm gonna tell you now, I'm not getting on the court with a WNBA female. You can forget about it.
No.
I'm not gonna get in. Now I'll get out there to run around because I might try to body them up. But
we try to get a catch a feel.
I'll be like Kevin Hart. Come on, girl. Come on.
Yeah, right.
Give me the ball. I got it.
Yeah. Hey, I'll be doing some Kevin Hart stuff. But hey, man, let's be honest. These people, they want to portray it as the black versus white versus black, whatever, scenario. I just let the women play and understand that they have their ups and downs just like everybody else in life. People, the media keeps pushing this narrative, and now especially with, I don't know if we're going to talk about it or not, with the Angel Reese sharing the the cover
or 2K cover, rather.
What 2K?
Yeah, I got it on here. Here.
I mean,
it's coming
with
up.
that going on too, and people wondering why Caitlin Clark. Listen, that's not bringing in the money.
Yeah,
that's not bringing in the money. That's not what people want to see. So let's be real.
Yeah, and $10 before we move on, because I want us to talk about the WNBA All-Star game that they got coming up. But why is she still getting all of this hate where just like we all been saying that she deserves to be in the WNBA. And then, you know, I follow the WNBA, but I wasn't following it until Angel Reese, truly Angel Reese and my girl Asia, and you know,
Yeah.
South Carolina, you know, but now it's us, I guess you could say us come lately fans that are basically coming with all the hate. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Well, coming out of college, Caitlin Clark was the face of the white girl playing basketball. Only because she was flamboyant, she was in Iowa, and there was a small school, and blah 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 blah. So I can understand how the media want to run with this. Whereas Angel Reese, LSU, big school, you know, doing well. You know, it's like David and Goliath, whereas Caitlin Clark is supposed to be David and Angel Reese is Goliath. Now, the only difference is Goliath whooped that ass on David. So now they can't use that scenario. Now they both in the WNBA, and they still want to portray that. But the sad thing is, these two women are good friends. And both of them are tired of people pitting them two against each other. Yeah, it makes good for WNBA. It makes good for, you know, ticket sales, but it doesn't make good for, you know, humanity, because now you have people pitting against each other for what? Race. That's all it is.
I got
And
you. I got you.
and it's just sad that the media has to do this, because there are people, and we all know, who are so hell bent on a superior race instead of just saying we all agree.
I got you. I got you. And speaking of that, you know, hopefully this will bring more attention. Hopefully their games are better than the NBA All-Star games, because that shit is just ridiculous. So, Pharaoh, coming back, I want you to give me your thoughts on this year's NBA lineup for both teams. I think Caitlin Clark had one team. She got to pick her team, and I forgot the other young lady escaping my mind right now. Yeah, Collier got to pick her team. I want to get your thoughts.
So Caitlin Clark and Napheesa Collier have picked their all-star rosters. Caitlin, no surprise, going with a couple of her teammates, Leah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, then also last year's unanimous MVP, A'ja Wilson, in addition to one of the best guards in the league, Sabrina Ionescu, and pair of teammates, Sonia Citron and Kiki Area-Finn, rookies from the Mystics. How about Collier? She went with a whole lot of UConn players, Paige Beckers, her unrivaled co-founder, Brianna Stewart. Then you got Courtney Williams, Skylar Diggins, also Angel Reese, and then Kelsey Plum and Ryan Howard, and also Alicia Gray and Nneka Ogwumike.
Collier got a tight ass squad, boy.
Yeah, but let me ask you this though. It's two parts to this. What do you think about the team that they selected? And also, do you think that if Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese had played on the same team, it would have been a better look for the WNBA? Whichever one you want to answer first, you take it, Pharaoh.
I would say them playing on the same team. No, I don't think it'd be a better look. Because she probably, what is it? She got her team and Kari got her team. Maybe if they would have both been captains, if Reese would have been the captain and then versus Clark, I don't know. Maybe that would have looked a little different. But no, I don't see how that would change anything. But I would say Kari has a better lineup than Clark does.
Okay. Then.
That girl. Woo!
I got you. Hey, what about you, Matt Professor? It's the same thing. Do you think if Caitlin Clark being the captain of the team had to pick Angel Reese and people actually see them two play on the court together, that would have helped the WNBA? And also, what do you think about both of their the two teams that were picked?
Well, I'm agree with Pharaoh that up and down Collier's team looks like the dream team.
And she got the pretty player.
Hell yeah.
Looks like the dream team. And I think the only problem the WNBA would have had if Clark had picked Reese for her team, is you could see some people going, oh, well, look, the white girl got to save this Negro's skin again.
I thought about that. I thought about that, man.
She got to pick her, otherwise this Negro didn't belong. So she's showing her who's the boss of the WNBA, and that's the only issue I would have had with it if somebody would have done that, because some of these folks would have been the whole that'd have been their spin on the whole situation. Just like if Reese was made a captain and she had picked Caitlin Clark. So right. I'm glad that they're not going to play together on this team. They should have honestly played together on the Olympic team, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah. Again, I agree with Pharaoh. Napheesa Collier's team, shit. Yeah, I wouldn't want to play them.
I got you. And I never thought about that angle that you just said, Memphis. I'm glad you brought it up. Tim Dog, you agree or disagree with what the panel just said?
I mean, I agree, only because it's teammanship. They're both individuals. I mean, Caitlin Clark, she has her friends, she has her favorite players, and Collier, she has her favorite. To me, it's a non-issue of should they or shouldn't they. It to me, it's just Caitlin Clark picked who she wanted, and probably never thought of Angel Reese only because she has her own friends or crew that she want to try and run with, and I understand that. I hate that people are trying to, find some kind of angle to keep this going. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, just like us, everybody got a microphone. Everybody got their opinion.
Yeah, you're right about that. Too bad everyone with one don't know how to use it.
But that's what I'm saying. Everybody got a microphone, and everybody want to get their opinion out there. And Pharaoh, you brought it up, and I want you to first take at it. And it could be a lot of people that has a lot of opinion about Angel Reese being the WNBA face cover for NBA 2K. Is it a big deal or not, Pharaoh?
No, because anybody that's on the cover of these damn games always have some damn bad seasons. So I wouldn't want to be on the cover of shit. Might be why they put on we on the cover of nothing.
Well, right now, Angel Reese is having a good season. Yeah. So hopefully she continue.
No, that's how they get on the cover, because they have a good season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like you said, it's not an issue because EA Sports, they pick the people they want.
No, that's not EA.
It's not EA. It's not EA. No, what is it?
Yeah, I never. EA don't have 2K. 2K is the people that does 2K basketball. Yeah.
Man, it's been a minute, but
yeah.
With that being said, they pick the people they want. So you can't say it's a fan favorite or they got voted in or whatever the case is. That company picked Angel Reese. That's who they want. If you got a problem with it, take it up with 2K.
Yeah. What your thoughts on that pick to be the cover of the WNBA side of NBA 2K?
Plus, she's prettier, so shit.
Well, they don't just pick a person just on how well they season. They also pick person based on how many people are playing that player. Is that player popular in the game? So it goes like that, as well as did that player win any accolades during the regular season? Like Jason Tatum when he won the championship and other previous cover winners. But
and look what happened to him.
He was
towards Achilles, yeah.
Oh my goodness!
Not
everyone on there has.
Can I ask you this though, Tim Dog? Can I ask you this though? Can I switch up just a little bit? But isn't it a good look, because they could have just kept men on the cover, but now that they added the W. No, I'm just saying. No. Listen to what I'm saying. I said, isn't it? I say, if you see, you misunderstood what I said. I'm saying, isn't it a good look? Because they used to just have men, even though they had the women players, but they never put the women players on as a cover art. But isn't that a good thing that they're now starting to put the women? Because now women basketball is becoming more popular. And I think we all can agree, for the last couple of years, we watch more college women basketball than we did actual college men basketball. Now, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Go ahead.
No, you're not wrong, but think about this. Remember when soccer was big?
Yeah.
Only the men. Yeah. Now look at it. You have the women who are more popular than men. And to me, it's the sort of the same thing with basketball. Whereas the women, they're going to get that traction. They're going to get that to that point. They may not surpass, but they're going to thrive. And by putting them on the cover, that's what makes them thrive. Get them exposure. And the little girls who want to play basketball, who play video games, oh yeah, I can do this. I can be on the cover. So
That's
yeah,
right.
it's a great thing.
That's right.
All right.
I mean,
Your
look
thought-
at women's college softball. The World Series is getting more traction now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
know?
Your thoughts there, Matt Professor, on Angel Reese being the face cover, the art cover for the women game on NBA 2K.
Trying to make me talk about a conspiracy
No.
because, like you said, whenever they're on the cover, they get injured or shit like that.
Don't do that.
But no,
man.
it's a big deal because
Yeah.
as one of the first females to be on the cover of 2K, the fact that they chose her over, say, A'ja Wilson, because as badass a player as A'ja Wilson is, ask the general sports population who is she?
Yeah.
No, she was on last year's.
He was on last year.
Okay, yeah.
But Stewart.
But that's what I'm saying. Everybody, whether you like her or you hate her, everybody knows who the hell Angel Reese is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And they couldn't put Caitlyn on there because honestly, it's just like with Caitlyn being chosen as the 9th best guard in the WNBA. She hasn't played enough. And her game right now, as of right now, her game is trash. She leads the league in turnovers.
Oh my God.
She's only shooting 20%. And I mean, shooting is why she was drafted.
Yeah.
So, right now her game is apt, and she's missed more than half the games this year. Just like last year, she missed a lot of games.
And I want to ask you this. I'm going to ask you this question that I want everybody to answer. Do you think the pressure is starting to get to her? Because everybody, not everybody, but the majority of the people that watches their game saying that she's the best, they're coming to the league, she's saving the league. Do you think that she's forcing it to try to be that player, or should she let the game just come to her and just play natural?
I would say no. It's not affecting her because she's been getting this kind of pub since high school and AAU.
Okay.
So, but here's the thing: even in college and AAU, she was injury prone. She was prone to these streaks where she's shooting like ass, and she's entered that point. This point in her career, I mean, she's gonna bounce back. I know she's gonna bounce back because great players, good and great players do that.
Yeah.
So she'll be on the cover next year.
I got you. I got you.
Hey,
Farrell, same question, Farrell. Do you think that the pressure is getting to her? That's why she's having so many bad games, and plus she's been injured and leading the league in turnovers. So do you think that the pressure is getting on her? I got to see you because everybody's saying I'm the face of the league.
I'm agree with Matt Professor, but let's go back to the cover first. The cover is women. The WNBA was in the 2K what 20, 2K19 or whatever it was.
Probably so. Yeah.
Yeah. So the WNBA was is in the game. So last year, A'ja Wilson being the cover art along with I forget who was on there, and then this year, of course, you're going to have the men and the women. Caitlin Clark has been, now the pressure hasn't. I won't say she has any pressure. She's just been injury prone, trying to come back from all I think a groin injury for like 2 weeks or whatever the case was.
Was the last one, yeah.
So you're trying to play yourself back into shape, from these injuries, and it's just not working out for her. So, and in the beginning, they was talking about Angel Reese, how bad she was in the beginning of the season. She was turning the ball over and missing layups and acting a fool. But now she done got her stuff together. She's doing really good. So, like I said, these are players that they have ups and downs, they have little streaks. But the media, once again, wants to play this part like something's wrong with somebody getting picked to put on the cover, which I would never want to be on the cover, like I said before.
I got you. Tim, though, your thoughts. Do you think that the added pressure of everybody saying that you're the face of the league is what's causing Caitlyn to be in this slump, or is it due to injury, like everybody on the panel is saying?
Wait, Tim, before who's saying that she's the face of the league, though?
I'm just saying what the media is saying. I don't agree with it, but
the people with no melanin.
Yeah, but if you ask the majority of the people, because the reason why I say that, she got over 1 million votes for the All-Star
1.2
game.
million.
The best player in the WNBA, I don't think she got 95,000, and that is Asia Wilson. So it's not me saying
900. She got 950.
She got okay, but what I'm saying is she's the best player in the league, but a player yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So if you look at it, they're saying that she's the face of the league. If you watch sports, I think that we all do. We know that Asia Wilson is the face of the league, but according to the fan vote, she's not, and that's why I said that. Okay. Go ahead, Tim Dawg.
Okay. Well, with that statistic, she's just a fan favorite. She's not the league's best, and I reiterate that by saying that 2K was asked the same question: why Angel Reese instead of Caitlin Clark? In their words, I quote, "Well, we're never scared to start controversy. That's part of our game. It often provokes debate and conversation. Basketball is full of it. That's what's fun about the sport, as well as being a fan of it. So we never shy away from that. Ultimately, what did it say there? It's sometimes that we think we build a little. They had a relationship with Angel Reese for years, and they was thinking about doing it last year with 2 people, but instead they waited to this year to put Angel Reese on there, not just because of her on and off court. I mean, her on court style, but her off court style as well.
Okay, all right. So, but there it is, ladies and gentlemen. And like I say, man, good topics. I got one more thing I want us to discuss, man, and I want to get quick before we go to our weird sport of the week. My question is, lately, the football season's right around the corner. I think we about 7 Sundays away.
Yeah,
we about 7 Sundays away. So my question to you, Matt Professor, I want you to get the first shot at it, because everybody talk about the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL. So my question to you is, what is your definition of the top rated quarterback in the NFL? And then I want you to give me your top 5.
Win percentage, QB rating, and that's the ones that can be quantified by numbers.
Yes.
Accuracy is one of those that you can see a quarterback might look accurate, but they're not truly accurate. Leadership and what's the last one I wanted to say? Composure under pressure.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, definitely.
And the quarterbacks for me that personify those in no particular order: Breeze, Brady.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about today. Today's NFL. Today's NFL. Not talking. Yeah. Today's NFL.
Okay.
I'm not talking about. Yeah.
No particular order. Particular order.
Okay. All right.
Hurts.
Okay.
The kid in Denver, as much as we hate on Peyton, he made a Paxton, I think his name is.
Oh, Paxton. Okay. No, we don't hate on the kid. I hate on the coach.
No, that's what I'm saying. As much as we hate on the coach. No, that's what I said. As much as we hate on the coach, the kid is amazing. I didn't want Paxton Lynch. I didn't want him to be great, but the dude was good last year.
All right.
Shit, it ain't many good quarterbacks left in this goddamn league, are there? I would say your boy.
Can I put it this way? I'm gonna give you who they say it is. Then you agree or disagree. They say Mahomes. They say Allen. They say Lamar.
Yeah.
And they say what's the last one I'm missing? I'm missing one person.
Missing 2.
Gotta be Jalen Hurts.
No, they say they put Herbert in there, and they
always put him in there
and somebody else. So
they need to stop with Herbert.
But I'm just saying. I know I'm missing somebody else.
They need to stop with Herbert. That dude.
Okay.
They should have been done with him.
I'm gonna give you my 5.
Yeah, give me your 5.
Paxton, like I said, no order. Paxton Lynch, Jalen Hurts. Your boy in Carolina is starting to look damn good.
Oh yeah, he turned it around.
Yeah, whose name mine escapes me for right now. I don't know why. I want to put Lamar on there. And
what's up, Brad?
And I would say I want to put I'm not putting Mahomes on there because honestly, Mahomes he gets by on name. His last 3 years, he's gotten by on name. I don't give a shit what nobody says. What's our boy name in Oh shit! What is this kid's name?
Josh McDaniel.
No, not McDaniel.
I mean Jaden McDaniel.
Oh, Jaden good too now.
Oh, Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels. You took us Adam, man.
yeah.
Hey, you got me saying
Jaden
McDaniel.
Yeah, we'll put Jaden Daniels on that list.
I got you. And Brad, I like your comment. I agree with you. The media's doing Caitlin the way they did Jordan when he came in the league. The league was in turmoil and it needed a savior. So that put everything behind them. You see them all the time and they will never talk about the bad things about them. Well, Caitlin gonna get it. But I just not to piggyback.
I'm a disagree only in that the media made Caitlin what Caitlin made herself.
In college.
Caitlin in college, Caitlin showed to be a big dog. Jordan never really showed that. He had because
he had a bunch of big dogs around him though.
Yeah, he had big dogs around him. Oh, yeah. And his sophomore year, he had the one great shot to win the title. His second year, his junior year, he won ACC Player of the Year, but they didn't win a title. Yeah. Caitlin made herself out to be the big dog. With her, you can't see me bullshit that she did to everybody. So I'm gonna disagree on that point.
God damn, Jimmy Clausen. God damn, that's Notre Dame, man.
Bro,
damn, boy.
That's why they call him Clausen.
I'm trying not to curse so much. Every year they have to throw Justin Herbert name in there, and he does absolute trash.
Sparrow, the same question, man. What is your definition of a top-rated quarterback? And then, of course, who do you have in your top 5? We already say the big guns. They already say Mahomes, Allen, Lamar Jackson, and what's my boy from LSU? Oh man, play for Cincinnati.
Joe.
Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Those are the big 4 right there. That they say. So who do you have the same big 4, and who will be your 5th?
I don't have the same big 4. And my thing is always leadership. If you don't have a good leader, you're not going to have a good offensive line. You're not going to have good offensive chemistry, camaraderie. I would say definitely QBR, touchdowns as opposed to interceptions. That's always a plus. Sacks, who's not getting sacked? Just awareness, your awareness. And of course, win percentage at the same time. But with that being said, I would say I have to put Allen up there because he's doing good. I put Allen up there. Definitely, I'm gonna put Jaden Daniels. He's rookie of the year. Definitely composed under pressure. You have Lamar Jackson. He just got to get over the hump of not playing another person's style when he gets into the playoffs. I really like CJ Stroud. I don't care what y'all say.
That's the name we try to remember, man, Professor.
I was trying to remember.
I love me some CJ Stroud.
No, CJ Stroud, he's in Houston.
But no, I'm talking about your boy in
you Carolina. Oh man,
Carolina.
The number 1 pick.
Oh, that's
they in the same draft pad.
Bryce Young.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, he's doing good, but like I said, I need more from him, and plus the team has to rally around him.
Yeah,
and believe it or not, you said top 5. And I had to put Joe Burrow because he's had some adversity. He's a really good player. He's very accurate, and when those guys are on fire, they're tough to beat.
I got you. What you got in there, Tim Dahl?
I agree with everyone as far as QBR, situation awareness, touchdown to interception ratio, and QB IQ. And there are a lot of them out there like that, but Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, to me, they are the top of the list only because they make few mistakes and they look around and they can create. Yeah, excuse me. Patrick Mahomes, yeah, he's good. He can do the gimmicks and all that, but he makes too many chances. He takes too many chances. So to me, that kind of puts him on the opposite side. Joe Burrow, he got a good arm, but this year he hadn't had a good season. Well, towards the end he did, but Justin Herbert is a bum. I'm sorry. He's like Caitlin Clark, except worse. I'm sorry. And Jaden Daniels, CJ Stroud, and Brock Purdy. I like Brock Purdy. Everyone gave him, a bad rep, but I think he's going to be one of those.
He gave himself a bad rep.
No.
Yeah.
Well, true that, but he's still led the I'm looking at he led the San Francisco 49ers as the best QBR efficiency, in a long time. So I mean that right there compared to what he's done when he first started, because everybody like Purdy, San Francisco, he came around. So let's just hope that he can continue on with that, momentum.
I got you.
It's not too many of them, and we all name pretty much the same ones who are good because we all know.
And Pittsburgh Steelers are going to have a losing season.
Yeah, and I'm gonna agree with everybody except for one thing. Y'all know I got to put my boy Hurst in there. The only person I put Hurst in was the Mad Professor, because the Mad Professor, everything that you say Hurst brought to the table, and every player quarterback that y'all brought up, Hurst beat him.
Yep, right.
Hurst beat every last one. No, I'm not saying that for you. I'm not saying that for us, because everything that you say when it boils down to, I don't give a damn. You throw the ball 6,000 yards, you had 30 goddamn 40 touchdowns. But if you don't win the game, if the quarterback don't win the game, you ain't did shit.
But sometimes the quarterback don't win the game. It could be defense.
No, but what I'm saying is, but you still got to move that ball.
He didn't have one of those good.
Yeah, he can't say it again, Matt Professor.
Can't lose the game.
Yeah.
No, you can't. True that, but
yeah. Okay, then. Matt, we done moved on, Brad, but Brad's still talking about it. Here we go.
Yeah,
I had never heard of Kalen. Yeah. Yeah, we say the same thing, Brad. You're right.
Yeah, well, I'm not, to back you up.
Okay.
Down the street. I put Jalen Hurts up there. I would say that I think I was just looking for somebody newer.
Yeah.
Newer. I know we keep talking about Lamar Jackson because we want Lamar Jackson
to get over that hump.
Right.
Yeah.
We want him to get what Hurts has, right?
Yeah.
We do, but they don't.
Well, it's regardless, but and I'm only putting Allen in there because he doesn't go out and they don't put him up there like they do Herbert. At least he's shown to do something. Herbert ain't shown to do anything.
See, I'm gonna tell you what my problem with. I'm gonna tell you what my problem with Allen is.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
They hype him nearly as much as they do Herbert, just for him to fail in the playoffs. And as if you're going to be the number one quarterback in the league, you're going to be league MVP. I want to see you get to the Super Bowl at least once.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And I'm not saying Allen will never reach it, but the fact that he does the shit that he does, he plays the game the way they criticize Lamar Jackson for playing the game.
Exactly.
No.
Runs too much. He puts the ball in danger too much.
Go back to
Allen does.
Go back to
right, Professor.
He turns the ball over at a high clip, especially fumbles.
Y'all can't talk at the same time. Let the Matt Professor go.
Allen fumbles the ball a lot when he runs. He don't lose it, but he fumbles it. And to me, fumbles count. Even if your team gets him back, that shows a lack of ball security. He doesn't make the same plays, and that's the complaint they had about Lamar Jackson. Everything that Allen does, that they clap, they criticize Lamar for doing. And I'm not going to criticize less. I'm going to criticize. I criticize them both for doing the same thing over and over. I do.
Yeah. Tim Dalton,
as much as I want to see Lamar win, until he, like Farrell said, until he plays the way he plays,
he's supposed to play. Playoffs, yes. Yeah.
He's not going to win.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, that's the question.
I'll say that, like Cam Newton, he has a Cam Newton. Something wrong with him with the throwing and the read the defenses and just getting over the hump. They keep playing other people's games. I don't get it.
Yeah, go ahead.
But my thing is this: when it comes to Lamar Jackson and Josh, whereas Josh, him being who he is, the media accepts that. And by Lamar already being in the league for so long, they expect more. So that's, to me, that's comparing them.
I thought it came out the same year. Didn't it come out the same year?
No.
Josh Allen
did.
I thought it came out the same year. I could be wrong. I thought they did. I could be wrong. I thought they came out the same year, Tim Dawg. I thought
either way, who had the better stats is what I'm getting at. Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson? Lamar Jackson. He had better stats than he did when he won the MVP the year before. So the question being, why not give it to him? Everyone say, the Brady effect. We're tired of it. Who gives a damn? If he keeps on winning and doing better and better, why not give it to him? Because he deserves it, not because y'all tired of it.
Yeah. Hey, one thing that Brad just said, if the tight end didn't have dropped that ball, do you think that because they lost to Buffalo, do you think that I know Tim Dog, don't cry. Do you think that they would have beaten the Chiefs? If hypothetical, Matt, do you think that it would have beat the Chiefs? Baltimore?
No.
Okay.
The Chiefs, I want to say they would have, but I don't know if they would have. If they could have, because it was always the Chiefs getting to the Super Bowl, whether or not they won.
Okay. Then. What about you,
And
Farrell?
I don't like playing the script thing, but you know.
I got you.
And
I got you.
No, I just want to say this. The reason Josh Allen won MVP was because of all the touchdowns they allowed him to score in that playoff game.
There you go.
Okay. Then. What about you, Farrell? Hypothetical.
And yes, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson in the same draft class. 2018.
Yeah, I thought so.
2018.
Oh, my apologies.
Yeah.
My apologies. Okay.
What was your question? Your question is what?
No, my question is a hypothetical question. Like Brad said, if he say that he would have won he would have won the MVP if the tight end didn't drop that ball. Then my next question was, do you think that they would have got past the Chiefs to go to the Super Bowl? Because that was the next game.
No, because they already had Josh Allen favored to win the MVP.
Okay.
They've been saying that already. And then two, catch the goddamn ball, and maybe we would have known if they could go past the Chiefs. Okay. So I don't go into hypotheticals. The game's played out the way they're supposed to, and you know, because this shoulda, coulda, woulda through the whole league.
I got you. I got you. What about you, Tim Dog?
No, Josh Allen was going to be MVP regardless.
Yeah,
Tim Dog.
Yeah. Josh Allen was going to be MVP regardless because people they wanted something different and fresh from Lamar Jackson, who's athletic, who's doing everything, and you know, making all the plays.
They wanted somebody other than a black person. Just say it.
I'm sorry. Shut up. But once again, woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Yeah.
Baltimore Ravens were planning to play Kansas City in the championship, AFC championship. They were ready. Them boys were home ready, so ready that they forgot about another team. They didn't prepare for the other team. So the other team won because they figured, we can do this. We can handle them with no problem. But they got disappointed. They got upset.
Yeah, that's what it is. I guess the elephant in the room would not be spoken.
No, we already spoke about that elephant.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
we
already spoke about that elephant.
What's that? Those things called? The old elephants that's extinct?
Yeah.
What are they called?
Mastodons.
There you go. Yeah. The mastodons are gone.
but Tim Dog, you should know you was there. Shit.
That's how you got your driver's license.
Last one.
Man, I keep telling you, your daddy was one of their Uber drivers. Man, he charged by
that Negro Tim killed the last mastodon.
You killed the last mastodon. Shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're supposed to put the leash tight and didn't.
Yeah. Man, I ain't supposed to give him chocolate.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, those are our topics for this week. Hope y'all was entertained. But before we go, we always like to give you something. Oh man, we got sports that, hey, if you can't play these sports, you could do these sports. We got Weird Sport of the Week. Oh man, we done gave you some great ones. You done gave you toe wrestling. We gave you bicycle soccer. We gave you the beer mile. Sperm racing. Oh, we gave you sperm racing. We done give you so many good topics, man. So y'all to go out there and do this one. Matt Professor, I know you're a swimmer and I know you play rugby. So this is for you.
When I tell my friends I play underwater rugby, they're like, underwater what? There's so many ways to describe underwater rugby. It's like a school of fish or a shark feeding frenzy. The amazing thing about this sport is it's completely three-dimensional. You can pass up, down, side to side, back and forward. You can spin upside down. You feel like you're flying through space. You take the ball, you take a big breath, you swim underwater like a dolphin, push past people, and you score a goal. My goal is to continue to build this wonderful community of rugby players and particularly break these boundaries that rugby is a violent sport. It's not dangerous at all. And when we have women, men of all ages and all shapes and sizes playing rugby in the one pool, it's incredible. And it's really, really different. So give it a go. We'd love to see you in the pool.
We'd love to see you in the pool to play rugby. Ball. Football.
How the fuck did you find that dumb shit?
All ages, shapes, and sizes, but not color, apparently, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, there's a couple of little melanated folks there. I saw them lined up.
Bad Professor, your thoughts, babe. We like gave you underwater hockey. Like remember, you gave you underwater hockey, underwater rugby.
It looks like a great workout. I will give it that. I mean, I just don't see it. To be honest, it's not going to be an Olympic sport ever, especially men and women playing on the same team.
Oh,
because I see a lot of sexual assaults occurring in the water.
Yeah.
Like I said, it looks like a great workout. It's a great workout. I'll give it that.
Yeah, Brad. But let me answer the question to Brad. I've been looking high. Hold on, King. Can I ask you this question? I gotta answer Brad. You asked the question, King. Good question. I've been looking high and low. Y'all, I be in the woods looking for these weird sports. Y'all just don't know. When I go to sleep, I dream about weird sports. So, it got to be one out there. And I found it. That's how, Pharaoh. But go ahead, Pharaoh.
Yeah, Joe.
Yeah, everything about it seemed okay. It does. It seems okay. I just didn't understand the passing. You can't pass in the water. I've tried to throw some shit underwater. It just stayed where I threw it.
I think they got salt in it to make the ball sink. I think they say something about the way that the ball is made with salt in it.
And water. The resistance is heavy. It's not going no goddamn where. I don't care what's in it.
What underwater, throwing stuff underwater, the slower, the better.
Yeah,
I got you.
That's a lot of work, boy.
I got you.
That's why I said it's a great workout.
I got you. Tim Dog, your thoughts for the weird sport of the week?
That shit's stupid.
That's because you can't swim.
I can't swim.
Oh no, I can swim. Right. I'm a junior lifeguard. As a matter of fact, I've been swimming since I was 6.
You're still a junior lifeguard because you ain't.
Anybody could be a junior lifeguard in a kiddie pool. Anybody be a junior lifeguard in the kiddie pool? Shit, I'm a junior lifeguard. Shit, 3 feet.
You're a grown ass adult who can't swim. That's all.
I can't. No, I don't tell people
this. Lifeguard in an above ground pool, just quit.
Hey,
just quit.
I would tell you like I tell people at the job. If y'all be here that the man on the street drown, y'all need to call the police because y'all know I can't swim. Somebody killed me. Put me in water. So y'all heard it from me. Y'all heard it from me.
Right.
They say you say the man. They say Charles drowned. Oh no, you better carry your ass to goddamn police because somebody got my black ass. Yeah, but that's our weird sport of the week, ladies and gentlemen.
I wanted to answer to Joe. I don't see you being able to move fast enough underwater to get a concussion. Not that you have to move fast for concussions, but
if you get in the water, you had a concussion.
If you not paying attention enough and somebody coming at you slow enough for you to not stop concussion from happening, you don't need to be in the fucking water.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, first of all, what I did
say a junior lifeguard at a hard monitor is the same thing.
Hey, I will say is at least you had
just jealous because I wrote you up a lot of times. Where you all pass?
I used to hate the damn hard monitors.
I got you. But that's our weird sport of the week, ladies and gentlemen. But get your thinking cap on because the man on the street is winning all of these. Thing ask the question, the man on the street comes with the answer. Y'all hope y'all ready for our goddamn Pharaoh King trivia question of the week. What you got for us this week, Pharaoh King?
All right, so we know football season is coming in. How many weeks? Few weeks?
About 7 more Sundays.
And we talk about the quarterback staying clean, and whatever keep the interceptions down. So in 1991, when Washington went to the Super Bowl, they had they allowed only 9 sacks that whole season. 7 regular, 2 in the playoffs. So here's y'all's question.
Which NFL team holds the record for the fewest sacks allowed in a season? So we need to know the team and the year, correct?
Yes.
I ain't get the year. Shit.
You ain't gonna get the team.
Yeah, I get the year. You might have me stump on this one.
I want to
I will
say
say now 2014. I mean 2000 yeah. Well, hold on. 2000 yeah, it was a 14.
But did they win the Super Bowl? That's the question I got to ask. Did they win the Super Bowl?
We talking about?
Which NFL team holds the record for the fewest sacks allowed? No, okay.
Season.
Yeah, so last year the Bills allowed 14 sacks going to the playoffs. So
okay, I'm gonna go with. Give what year the what's it called went 17-0, but they didn't win the Super Bowl. That's the year I'm going with the Patriots and whatever year that is. The Patriots in that year.
That's a good question. I can't remember that year. I know it was like 2000.
Yeah, but whatever
2005 and 2007
or something like that. Whatever year that is, I'm going with the Patriots in that year.
I was going to say one of the 49ers teams, but I don't remember which.
That's a good one.
I don't know. I don't know what year it would have been.
Yeah. Just say the 49ers. At least you get half of it right.
Yeah, I'll get a half a point. 49ers shit.
Step dog, what you got?
That was 2007.
2007. Okay.
I'm gonna say the Rams. Greatest show on turf.
Okay, that's 2000.
What? That's
2000.
Yeah.
That's 2000. Yeah. What is it, Farrell?
Ain't nobody else is answering. No Joe. No. Anybody else? No.
They don't care.
Joe.
All right, here we go.
Farrell?
Miami
Dolphins. Man, shit. Nobody giving a damn about the Miami Dolphins.
Hey, that's doggone Dan Marino, baby.
Yeah, that would figure.
Yeah.
He didn't get sacked off. Just when he did, he got hurt.
Yeah, that motherfucker was slow as dirt.
Oh, that was after 88 when he started getting hurt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He get hurt after every sack. So yeah, I can see that.
Well, that's a good one right there, Farrell. Because Tim Dog kicked himself off. Yeah, that's a good one because I would never got that one.
Yeah, because I was looking into like the offensive line of all the the teams that was winning Super Bowls and stuff. And the thing is, when the quarterback stays clean, those guys were winning.
Before we go to close the arguments, I was going to think the Dallas Cowboys. Once you say that line, because they had the best offensive line.
But Troy kept getting sacked though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying though. But they had the best run line then.
Yeah, the best run.
Yeah. They were able to put people off the ball. The Washington had the best offensive line in '91 that they ever had, like any other NFL team has had. So they was number 1 ranked. That's what kind of brought me to that question.
I got you. But it's really bad. Tim says it's bad. Knock them off. Hey, Matt Professor, you want to tell him why you mad, or you want us to go to our closing statements?
Nah, we can go to closing. I'm not angry. I've been working too hard to be mad.
That's what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, we all like to give you something to think about, something funny. Or better yet, where the fuck Tim Dog get that from? But Tim Dog's in a storm, so hey, he won't be doing that. So we gonna go to our final thoughts. Matt Professor, what you got for the people before we go, my brother?
Just that people take your time when it comes to your sports teams. I know I've said it before. They're not always gonna win, they're not always gonna lose, but they might always break your heart no matter how they do it, because the day you decide to bet against them hoes, they're gonna win some shit. So just be patient with your team. And I'm mostly talking to New York Knicks fans right now. Shada, Mike Brown gonna break your heart. Just get ready for it.
That's what I'm talking about. My main man, Farrell King. What you got? And Farrell, you muted. There you go. Yeah. What you got for the people before we go, my brother?
Hey, this is for all the co-workers out there. All right. When you coming up to me, before you ask me what you're going to ask me,
think about yourself.
Is this some bullshit? before you ask me. That's all I have to say.
Oh shit!
God damn.
God damn. Ladies and gentlemen, all I got to say is this. I don't know what I did to Facebook to get out the Better Than Sex Sports podcast page taken down. Well, I know, but I showed that shit with Wimbledon. They haven't given it back. But make sure you catch us on YouTube or whatever. But all I got to say is sports is what we do. We're not professionals. These are just our opinions. So we're not, whatever your opinion is, it's your opinion. That's why it's an opinionated show.
I'm not gonna agree with that.
What do you say? What do you say?
Give a Dallas Cowboy fan a hug. Nope.
Yeah, no.
Bye, Timmy.
Nope.
Yeah, bye,
Nope.
Tim. Yeah, you
Nope.
yeah. Yeah. See, that's why God got that storm coming down there, because God knew that's some bullshit. But, ladies and gentlemen, you baby lost my thought. Fuck about these damn bitch ass Cowboys. But yeah, that's why our page got taken down. But you also catch us on YouTube. Matt Professor, before we go, shout out your social. The people can follow you, my brother.
You can find me at the Mad Professor.
Ain't put up shit in about 3 weeks since you
I
started
haven't
working.
put up, man. Look, and that's what I'm about to say. Life done caught up with my ass. I can't do nothing. When I'm off, I'm too damn tired to record some shit. Even though I got mad shit to talk about, you could ask him at work. I'm always talking about the shit.
That's
so I'm gonna
right.
have to. I'm gonna have to do a video. I ain't put up a damn thing in damn near a month. You're right.
All
But
right.
it's madprofessor.1 Instagram, YouTube, and the Mad Professor 1 on Blue Sky.
Yeah. And before I come to you, Pharaoh, you can catch our partner Tim Dog at Father Love 99 on Instagram. It's all about him, his grandson, and his son. So
And his
you
son
make sure you-
occasionally.
and his son occasionally. Y'all make sure y'all check that out.
The Satan
All right.
Club.
His son usually gets on there.
Right.
Pharaoh, shout out your social so people can follow you, my brother.
Hey, that Pharaoh_71 that you see right there. Then King Ron Facebook. You know, I put some stuff up every now and then. Hope to make your days a little better. I love being sarcastic, joke, make time pass. Like I said, like Charlie Murphy say, don't take life too seriously. You won't get out of it alive.
Damn sure won't. And of course, you can catch me, the Man on the Street, at the Man on the Street show on YouTube. Man, the Man on the Street was dropping knowledge. Oh, I'm doing my AI thing back on my Creative Canvas expression. So you make sure y'all check that out as well. But you also catch us out every Friday night for every Friday night for 2 cigars and a blunt. Goes down at 8 o'clock.
There you go.
Oh man, we have a good show. Then make sure you stick around for the after show called Ashed Out. That's where everybody gets a chance to talk about what they want to talk about. Usually we go straight. Then we make a right turn. But 99.9% the show gonna go left. Trust me. Go watch our previous one. But make sure you come back next Wednesday at 7 o'clock for the Better Than Sex Sports podcast. It goes down. All we do is talk about sports and sports entertainment. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I am the Man on the Street.
And this is Pharaoh King.
And the Mad Professor in the boot.
And Shada couldn't be on. He had to take his wife to the hospital. Shada, I hope your wife is doing better, man. Let us know.
Sir.
Let us know that everything is okay. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure y'all check us out
You're one of
Friday
those
night.
mangoes.
Yeah, make sure you tell a friend about us as well. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And make sure you subscribe to these brothers too, because they put out a lot of knowledge, except for the Mad Professor, since he got a job now. Now he feel like everybody else. Can't wake up at 12 o'clock.
Lord, I don't know how to do
Right.
burn this at both ends. I can't do that.
He burned at both ends of the mattress. And ladies and gentlemen, we're out. Y'all have a blessed night. And hey, one more thing for the family members that lost family members down there in Texas. Hey, we see you out there, and prayers out to everybody that lost family members. So y'all have a blessed night. And we out. Peace.
Yes, sir.